Good evening and welcome to the Thunderdome for some live playoff action. I'm Dustin Tanner, joined by Bryce Batchelder as the MVU Thunderbirds host the Burr Burton Bulldogs in the first round of the Boys Division I playoffs. How you doing, Bryce?
I'm great, Dustin. How are you doing?
I'm good. Can you give me some starting lineups before we get into today's action?
Absolutely.
Because you still have my starting lineup sheet.
Absolutely. Tonight, starting for Burr Burton, number 4, Jake Nicholson. Number 12, Sean Apps. Number 20, Carter Vickers. Number 21, Bryce Little. Number 33, William Frank. And they're coached by Eric Green. And for the MVU Thunderbirds, number 10, Caden TeBurge. Number 11, Michael Wright. Number 24, Riley Wilkin. Number 30, Richard Walker. And number 31, Nick Cutting. The Thunderbirds are coached by Jim Bowes.
Should be a great game tonight. A few things to go into. First time MVU's hosted a home playoff game in a while. MVU is a 4 seed, I believe, after everything shook out. And also, Richard Walker is 31 points away from 1,000. Has a chance to get it tonight. What can you think of a better time to get it than the playoffs?
No, I mean, I think probably the only better time to get it would have been against BFA.
And we had that game the other night.
Absolutely.
BFA
what a thriller.
Loses overtime.
By 3 points.
Finally gets over the BFA hump, and you got to think the Thunderbirds are riding sky high coming into this game, knowing that they beat their biggest rivals, knowing that they're a top 5 seed in Division I basketball, knowing that they got a team like Burr Burton that's below 500. Should be a good night for the Thunderbirds, looking to advance.
Yep, and the winner of this game will play the winner of Rice and Colchester, which is also happening now.
And we'll be updating you that during the game if we can definitely get the live score on that one through Twitter. So
along with the St. Johnsbury Academy and BFA St. Albans game also going on right now.
As you can hear in the background, they're announcing these starting lineups for MVU. We've already done that on our broadcast. First off, special thanks to Paul Snyder coming out today and doing the live broadcast for us. Most of the time you'll hear him on the mic. I don't think he's got a mic tonight, but he's doing the work. And Lane out there filming for us. Very excited. Our first ever live playoff game on Northwest Access TV, and it comes from the Thunderdome. So
I think this might be the first live MVU game that we've been able to do.
It is. We're going to take a moment to listen to the national anthem. We will be right back. All right,
we got a quick
national anthem.
Quick update on the BFA game. BFA, who had been trailing by 17 points, has now cut that down to 5, trailing 49-44 to St. J with 4:49 to play.
BFA Bob White's trying to hold on to their season after taking the long road trip to St. J today. They are at the very top of the bracket as a 9 seed. Got so close to hosting a playoff game. If they could have just gone on that run that got them to 10-10, just a couple games earlier, they could have been at home tonight.
Absolutely. But great recovery for BFA after, I mean, they started the season like 1-8, 1-9, I believe, and was able to battle back to 10-10, 500 record.
Well, that talks about, the coaching of Matt, too, and we've had them on the broadcast a lot this year. They've been a fun team to watch. As we turn our sights to the Thunderbirds and the Thunderdome, both bleachers are out. We have a lot of fans behind us. It should be a fun night, and here we go for tip-off. It's going to be Walker taking the tip-off against number 33, William Frank. I'm going to be frank about this. Those guys are tall. And Burr Burton wins the tip-off. Burr Burton comes to this game as an 8-12 team, but they're really not an 8-12 team. They've played a very tough schedule. MVU, yes, they have the great record that they have, but they've played some D2, D3 teams, so not to discount the Thunderbirds, but this game is definitely going to be closer than it appears on paper. That's number 21, Bryce Little. Little shoots, misses. Rebound is grabbed by Thaburge. That is Caden Thaburge. Both Thaburge brothers are on the roster tonight for the Thunderbirds. JV players got brought up. It's going to be a three-point shot taken by Nick Cutting. And that is the start you want if you're the Thunderbirds. Here they come up now. Burr Burton handling is Sean Apps.
And we talk about this just about every MVU game, but that's the weapon that they have in both of their big guys, Richard Walker and Nick Cutting, that both of them are big but can also step out and hit the three-pointer.
Speaking of stepping out and hitting three-pointers, Sean Apps responds with a three-pointer of his own. Michael Wright bringing the ball up. Gives it to Richard Walker. Here he comes, 31 points away from 1,000. Three-pointer taken by Wilkin. Thaburge and Cutting get the rebound. Cutting. Ball goes out of bounds, or did he get fouled? Ball went out of bounds off of Burr Burton. They'll inbound now. Thaburge doing the inbounding. Thaburge gives it over to Wilkin. Wilkin back to Thaburge. Thaburge tries to make something happen. Nothing's there. Gives it out to Wilkin.
Burr Burton in a 3-2 zone. Opening out tonight. He's able to shut down Thaburge on that block.
Nick Cutting takes a three-pointer, misses. Walker gets the rebound but misses the shot. Here comes Burr Burton with the numbers, trying to run. Kick out, three-point shot taken and made by Sean Apps.
Might be a three-point shootout tonight.
Burr Burton is already pressing. MVU's got to figure out the press break. Gives it over to Walker. Walker over to Wilkin.
Oh, he missed Cutting wide open on the opposite block.
Wilkin tries to respond with a three-pointer, does not make it. Ball goes off of the MVU player, and Burr Burton will have possession. We're going to have a lot of three-point shots taken early in this game, it appears. As bringing the ball up now is Jack Nicholson. Not Jack, Jake Nicholson.
Jake Nicholson.
You guys got me confused. Nicholson.
We talked before game
Vickers.
how many times we were accidentally going to say Jack Nicholson, so that's number one
Paul
for
is
tonight.
keeping a counter. Nicholson looks to drive in, gives it over to Apps. Apps not finding the shot.
Ooh,
NBA three-pointer taken and missed by Carter Vickers. Vickers trying to channel his inner Steph Curry. And ball's back out now for Nicholson. Nicholson gives it over to Vickers. Vickers back to Nicholson. Nicholson, Vickers. Vickers shoots. In and out. Rebound grabbed by Thaburge. Here come the Thunderbirds. They're going to push now. Michael Wright back from injury recently. Big spark plug for them. Thaburge out to Wright. Wright thought about it. It's not going to take it. And there's a foul.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call that earlier. That was, pretty blatant. Just kind of getting, it was Bryce Little for Burr Burton, really getting his elbow into Richard Walker's neck as they're battling for position on the high post.
Ball is inbounded, stolen by Burr Burton. Here they come. Drives in and out. Walker gets the rebound. No points yet for Richard. You can definitely tell that they game plan against him. Cutting drives, gets fouled, will go to the hoop for two. That foul is going to be on number 33, William Frank. That is his first team. Second, Cutting at the line now, have a chance to cut into the lead. Both teams not making their shots early. Both teams are taking the shots but not making the shots. I say that as Cutting misses his first free throw. Also to note so far, we're about halfway through the first, and there's no substitutions so far today. Cutting will go for his second shot now. It's up. And that one is good. Bulldogs now with the ball. Coming up with the ball is going to be Jake Nicholson. Jake Nicholson, that's 2.
Nick Cutting has scored all 4 points so far for the Thunderbirds.
It's interesting to see how Walker has not gotten really involved yet. You know, when you're that close to 1,000 and not knowing if you're going to get many chances to get it, you can tense up sometimes. So, shot's taken and missed. Walker gets the rebound, going for the chuck to Wiley Wilkin. There was holding on that pass, but offensive pass or defensive pass interference is something not called at the high school basketball level. Shots not going in for Richard Walker or anybody on the Thunderbird roster tonight.
Refs really letting both teams play so far. Probably could have been a couple of different foul calls on that last possession.
We're about 4 minutes into the game. You know, it's always interesting to see how refs' playoff whistles change compared to regular season whistles. And I've always noticed that they let them play a little more as a three-pointer is taken by Sean Apps. You got to play defense on Apps. He's going to destroy you all night. That's about 6 of the 9 points from Apps.
He has all 9 points.
Does he have all 9?
Sean Apps, 3 3-pointers.
And another foul called on Burr Burton. Checking into the game now for the Bulldogs. Number 23, Eric Fenton. That'll be the 3rd foul on Burr Burton. That'll be the 2nd foul on Steven Capsta. No, Bryce Little. That's Bryce Little with 2 fouls. If I'm MVU, I'm trying to get that ball into the post to Richard Walker. He'll start making them eventually.
Yeah, I mean, Burr Burton definitely coming out playing really aggressive defensively, shutting down a lot of what works for MVU. MVU's a fast-paced team. They love to play in transition, which really worked out for them in BFA against BFA a few nights ago. Just had a couple of those baseball throws down to streaking Riley Wilkin. Tonight, so far, Burr Burton really forcing MVU to have to play in the half court. And that's where MVU kind of struggles a little bit. So let's see if they can get Richard Walker a little more involved. And let's see if they can hit a free throw.
You can tell that Richard Walker is he's not feeling it. He's nervous. You can just tell in his body language so far tonight. And you gotta stop thinking about the 1,000 points here. Makes the 2nd free throw. And here come the Bulldogs, 2:22.
Although Richard Walker, even though he hasn't scored much, only 1 point so far, he has 4 rebounds. So he is getting it done on the boards.
Well, that's going to be the big thing for MVU. I don't think they can outshoot Burr Burton. I think they can out-rebound and out-hustle Burr Burton. Copy that with the fact that they have the home court advantage. Should be able to do some work against the Bulldogs.
And Burr Burton, I think this might be the strategy they go with tonight. Just looking to eat up as much clock as possible on every possession.
Jake Nicholson gives it over to Apps. Apps drives in, gets hit on the way. We'll go to the line for 2. .243 left to go. Apps will go to the line now. He's been red hot, scoring all Burr Burton's points. We know who to stop. I guess if you just send him to the line, he'll miss.
Might be your best shot.
Hacking Apps. Get
3
it?
for 3.
Hacking Apps. I can feel Paul.
Endless Apps after 7 o'clock.
Misses them both. Rebound grab by Michael Wright. Here comes Wright. Wright's looking to drive. Gives it to Walker. Walker over to a wide open Cutting. He's going to shoot. He's going to miss. Rebound. It was grabbed by Thunderbirds, but he doesn't actually get possession of it. And is going to get called for a foul on the reach-in.
That's going to be his 2nd. And MVU, I mean, they pulled up a couple, I think 3 players from the JV team for tonight. But really, I mean, they haven't had very big rotations. They don't have a deep bench. So anytime a player gets in foul trouble, it's kind of a big deal for them. I mean, Jimbo's probably usually every game only goes with kind of a 6 or 7 man rotation. So they just got to play smart and avoid those fouls.
Ethan Kreller into the game now for MVU. Shots taken, missed, but a rebound there Carter Vickers out-hustles everybody. Kreller now with the ball for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds down by 6. Kreller's going to shoot. Kreller's going to miss. Michael Wright there with the tenacity on that rebound. Gives it out to Wilkin. Wilkin is going to give it back over to Cutting. Cutting looks to get into Walker. Nobody is home. Pass is too high. Here comes Burr Burton with numbers. Blocking foul there, but a good block by Michael Wright.
Yeah, MVU. I don't think MVU's really settled in yet. They seem a little antsy. They seem a little nervous. They're just kind of trying to rush things, making some bad decisions now. I mean, like I said before, MVU is a fast-paced team, so you want them, like they want to play fast, and that's a good thing. But they just seem a little antsy so far.
First free throw is made by Vickers. You know, you're down by 7 at home in the first quarter.
I mean, I think Burr Burton has kind of come out a little bit more aggressively than MVU anticipated.
Well, the thing Burr Burton has is that what do they have to lose?
Exactly.
They're 8-12. They're not expected to win this game. Come out, play aggressive. Cutting. Kreller back to Cutting. Here's the big thing, too. The zone is really killing the offense for MVU. Oh, Wilkin blocks. Vickers will get called for a foul. Kind of a stare down after from Wilkin, too.
We have a final score of the BFA game. St. J has defeated BFA St. Albans 64-51.
Unfortunate end to the Bob White season, but they got a lot of talent coming back next year. They'll finish at 10-11. Vickers makes the first free throw. Checking into the game now for MVU is number 21, Sam Bates. Cutting is coming out. And we might see 2 Franklin County teams eliminated tonight if this pace holds up.
It's still early. MVU's known to make some runs, but they got to get something going here.
Kreller gives the ball to Walker. Walker over to Wilkin. They got to make their shots. White. And make better passes than that. Kreller gets his hand on it, but he cannot get the steal. Burton's going to get the easy chance, but good defensive recovery there. Actually, really good defensive recovery there.
Yeah.
Minute left to go here in the first.
MVU's just got to be smarter with their passes. They're making those dangerous cross-court passes.
They're doing those.
They're jumping into the air before they know what they're doing with the ball. That's what happened to Michael Wright on this last one. I mean, they can still play fast, but they got to play smarter.
The passes are not crisp. They're too high. They have no offense so far tonight. They haven't been able to make a shot.
Good open look for Kreller.
Kreller, good open look, but he can't make it. And Carter Vickers looks at the clock, looks at his coach, decides to slow it down. This is exactly what Burr Burton wants. Boy, it really is feeling like some March Madness is coming on here, isn't it? Vickers.
The MVU cheer team trying to get the crowd into it a little bit, but you can tell the crowd's a little nervous right now.
This reminds me of a Duke game against a 15 seed where the Duke kids are losing and everybody tenses up and gets sad. It's exactly the feeling I'm getting from this right now.
Well, it's like Gillette Stadium every time the Patriots are losing. Except that doesn't last long.
They don't lose at Gillette Stadium. As a three-pointer is made by Sean Apps. And at the buzzer, it is 17-5 Burr Burton. We're going to take a quick break and be back for the start of the second quarter here on Northwest Access Television.
And we are back here getting ready for the second quarter of MVU versus Burr Burton. This is round 1 of the Vermont Division I boys basketball playoffs. And Burr Burton so far, I think, coming out to a really surprising start.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, MVU is trailing Burr Burton right now, 17-5. MVU is the 4 seed. Burr Burton is the 13 seed. I think MVU's been a little surprised at how aggressive Burr Burton has been so far. Catches them a little off guard. But Sean Apps for Burr Burton has kind of been the whole story. Has 12 of their 17 points, and all on three-pointers. He's 4 for 4 from three-pointers in the first quarter.
You know, if I was looking for a good basketball player, I would download that app any day of the week because he's pretty efficient, doesn't crash often, and is very, 5 out of 5 on the App Store, Bryce. Cutting now with the ball, looks to try to get in the Walker. He's getting double-teamed. The thing I noticed for MVU is that somebody else needs to step up tonight to get Walker open. Cutting's going to take a three-pointer, misses. That is not his range tonight.
I mean, MVU's just not moving all that well on offense right now. You saw it even on that last side. Or on defense, apparently. But we saw it on that last possession where I think it was Cutting into Burge ended up in the same spot, and there was a little bit of confusion. So I think MVU's got to settle down, just play their game. The big thing, they got to be able to force turnovers defensively or get some rebounds. That's where they start their fast breaks and get the most of their points.
MVU doesn't know how to play against the zone. They have no idea what they're doing against the zone. And we've seen this, the 5 BFA MVU games we've had in the last 2 years, we've always seen this. BFA could play a zone, MVU struggles with the zone.
That Burr Burton foul on number 23, Eric Fenton. His first, team's 5th.
Michael Wright trying to get it in, and they can't get a bucket. Thunderbirds cannot buy a bucket if it was 25 cents at the dollar store right now.
Well, that's been the story of MVU's offense so far. You saw 4 offensive rebounds there and no points. Right now, MVU out-rebounding Burr Burton 15-6. And yet trailing 19-5 on the scoreboard.
They say about rebound, if you win the rebounding, you'll win the game.
They got to be able to finish on those second, third, fourth opportunities. But at least this time, Michael Wright drew a foul and is going to the line.
But he can't make a free throw. There's a reason the game is called basketball, because you're putting the ball in the basket. One of these teams is accomplishing that tonight. The other, not so much. Plenty of time left here as Wright makes his second free throw. I believe MVU is 3 for 6 from the line now.
It's Michael Wright's first points of the game, but he does have 5 rebounds as their point guard.
Apps again, misses finally.
Misses his first three-pointer.
But a rebound is grabbed by Michael Wright. Here he comes, 6th rebound of the night. Wright running to Wilkin. And another foul call on Burr Burton. I didn't really see that there. Did you catch that, Bryce?
I didn't.
Something under the net.
That was a quick one. It was away from the ball for sure. It's on 34, Dylan Capusta, his first, team 7th. So MVU's going to be in the bonus the rest of this half.
Which will be big for them. Walker makes the first free throw. 29
this could be their
points
chance.
Away.
This could be their chance to kind of gain some ground here if they can draw some more fouls.
If I'm MVU, I'm driving and trying to get fouls for the rest of the first half. Walker misses the second free throw. Burr Burton moving the ball now. They're looking for those three-point shots, and Apps is still, wow. Sean Apps.
My goodness.
If I'm Jim Bowes, I would do some coaching and, try to stop that player. But I'm not the coach. Wilkin drives, misses the layup, just barely misses the layup, and it's 22-7. Another wide open three-pointer for Burr Burton. That one goes out of bounds off the miss.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Jim Bowes, I might consider. I mean, he likes to have his team play zone defense. I might consider switching into a box and one where you just have someone play man-to-man on Sean Apps all the time just to keep him from having a wide-open three-pointer.
Just a terrible pass there. Not the first half you want if you're the Thunderbirds.
And that's
all.
Eric Fenton's second steal of the game so far.
Though we said it, Sean Apps now. Apps gives it over to Nicholson. Nicholson back over to for Fenton. Nicholson. Nicholson shoots. Misses. Rebound grabbed by Cutting. And here comes Michael Wright. He's got 5:30 left to go in this first half. The Burge drives. Makes the bucket. Caden the Burge.
And that's what MVU needs to start doing. They need to start attacking Burr Burton's interior defense and being aggressive, trying to draw those fouls. I mean, that time Caden TeBurge got in there, went up aggressively, got 2 points. Jim Bowe's calling a timeout now.
Well, now this is where Jim Bowes can actually talk about what they need to do.
Right.
At this point, he knows Sean Apps is just crushing his team from the three-point line. So he's got to do something about it.
Yeah.
And
I might have waited on that timeout a little bit, though, because it seemed like MVU was starting to get a little bit of momentum. And that timeout could be a momentum killer for your team, but they do get a chance to talk about some things and see what adjustments they can make coming
I think
out
when
of
you're
this
down
timeout.
by 13, you got a bucket, so your team's got a little confidence now.
You settle yourselves down a
You
little
settle
bit.
yourself down. You set up your defensive game plan right here, and that's a good 30. Didn't take a timeout in the first. Had a 30-second timeout to burn. Take it. Take it here. Let the crowd get into it a little more. Figure it out, and here you go.
MVU's got to move a little quicker on defense, too. They're kind of moving a little, making their rotations a little slowly.
Nicholson. I don't know what they just called.
That's going to
Travel?
be an offensive foul.
Oh.
On 34, Dylan Capusta, his second, team's 8th, I think, as he was going through a screen.
Refs have seemed to tighten up the whistles here as we've gotten into the second quarter.
Yep.
Walker in, and
Good
in
take
for
by Walker.
the bucket. Richard Walker getting the 2 points. First bucket of the night for Richard Walker, I believe. Has 4 points now.
It is.
2 off of 3 throws. And 2 off of a bucket. Ball movement happening now. That is number 20, Carter Vickers. Vickers gives it over to Nicholson. Nicholson over to Apps. Apps just makes something happen. Now Apps has Cutting on him.
Yeah, it was a good job by Cutting to cut off that baseline when Apps tried to attack
Cut off
it.
the Apps connection, right? Apps gives it over to Fenton. Fenton back to Apps. You can definitely tell that Cutting has been assigned to Apps
Yep.
now. He's following him around.
For sure. And he still shouldn't play too far off of him.
Charge called. That's a really good charge call because Michael Wright had that position, and
He sure
the
did.
player was kind of reckless. All right, TeBurge. Walker gets fouled. We'll go to the line.
That is going to be on 23, Eric Fenton, his second, team's 10th. So now MVU is in the double bonus.
Team is over the limit
This is
with
pretty
4
huge.
minutes left to go.
This is a huge break for MVU.
Walker
Now
makes
they
the
have to
first
make
one.
their free throws.
26 away from 1,000. We'll be keeping track of that pretty much all night. Walker. Second one. In and out. Doesn't count because it's in now, but MVU has cut that lead to 10 points. Getting that momentum now.
They're
second
definitely
quarter.
within striking distance. MVU is a streaky team.
Rebound grabbed by TeBurge. Caden TeBurge is doing the work today.
Yeah, and that was some aggression on that rebound that MVU needs to see.
Walker thinks about it. Pops up. Makes the
Good.
try.
That's a really good pump fake. Got his defender up in the air. Was able to pull around him and get a good jump shot.
And now it looks like MVU is settling in a bit.
Definitely.
They're now, I think, Burr Burton's aggressiveness, they've been able to counter it a little bit. And a double dribble.
Yep. They're playing MVU is playing a lot smarter on offense, making better passes, making smarter plays, and then on defense, they've switched to a man-to-man, which has done really well for them and forced Burr Burton into a couple really dumb mistakes.
Walker with 3 men on him. But that does not matter for Richard Walker. 3 men draped on him, makes the bucket, cuts the lead to about 6. Oh boy, do we have a break for you in this commercial break, Paul? We're gonna take a quick break. Are we gonna talk? We're gonna talk. All right.
We don't need a break.
We don't need a break. The adrenaline is just enough.
Absolutely.
And MVU is just climbing right back into this game.
3 minutes to go in this first half. This is the closest MVU's been in a while, only down by 6, 22-16. They started this quarter down 17-5. So right now they're on an 11-5 run. A large part, Richard Walker now with 9 points. I think he only had maybe 1 or 2 points in the first quarter. Now with 9, so MVU definitely knows who they're going with. Sean Apps for Burton with 15 points, but ever since MVU's defensive adjustments, especially going to their man-to-man, they've been able to shut him out and not let him get a wide-open look from 3.
Well, that's the big thing that MVU's been able to do tonight is they have Cutting on Apps now, and Cutting has the size advantage and is just as athletic.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Shot taken and missed by the Burr Burton Bulldogs. Refs deciding who it's out on. I believe it's going to be out on MVU. If I'm MVU and if I can get this game tied up going into halftime, I consider that a huge win.
It'd be huge.
Just keep playing the defense that you're playing here. That's Vickers over to Apps over to Nicholson into the post. Apps is going to take the 3-pointer, misses it. Taberge with the rebound.
One matchup we're going to watch is Caden Taberge battling with William Frank down in the post. Frank is so much bigger than Taberge. Definitely size mismatch that I think Burr Burton will want to try to exploit.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Burr Burton is playing just as small of a rotation as MVU is playing. So keep that in mind. You know, we haven't seen Burr Burton a lot, so we don't know how big of a rotation they play. But I haven't seen most of their guys come off the floor. Maybe 1 substitution so far for Burr Burton, and that was due to foul trouble. So
hasn't been a ton of substitutions for either team.
Which team's got the endurance? 22-16, a minute 45 left. Nicholson over to Vickers, back to Nicholson, Jake makes a 3-pointer. 3 times I've said that wrong.
It's the 3rd time tonight we've called him Jack Nicholson.
You know,
we're doing great.
There's a J and an A and a K.
We are consummate professionals, Dustin.
We are the cream of the crop. ESPN will be calling us in the morning. And it's 25-16 with a minute 25 left to go.
Burton in a 3-2 zone here, looking to extend the zone.
Cutting had a chance to pull up for that 3 if he wanted it. Didn't want to take it. Wilkin into Walker. Those passes, you got to settle those passes down.
Yep.
Those are some terrible passes.
Well, Burton has been able to lure MVU into, that pass multiple times that they've picked off. They just have a defender kind of slacking off, and as soon as he sees that pass go, just runs into the lane and picks it off.
And Burr Burton has the momentum again. They're up by 11.
That was Bryce Little with the layup.
3-pointer taken by Wilkin, misses. Walker tries to get it. To Burge, to Walker. Walker just over everybody and puts it in. 11 now for Walker. 30 seconds left to go in the game in the second period.
And
ahead of myself here.
Riley Wilkin was huge for MVU a couple nights ago against BFA, but so far, no points, no rebounds. Let's see if MVU can start getting him involved.
That ball hits every part of the rim, and then Burn gets the rebound.
7 seconds.
3-pointer is going to be taken. Foul. Travel. Have you booked your vacation? Because they're traveling for you, Bryce. 5 seconds left to go in the first half. I've come with a playoff-sized pun game. Walker shoots for 3, misses. And at the buzzer, it is going to be Burr Burton 27, MVU 18. We'll take a quick break and be back with first half stats and the second half in a moment on Northwest Access Television.
This program is made possible in part by the following sponsors. At Northwestern Orthopedics, we celebrate the role that physical activity and sportsmanship play in a healthy lifestyle. We are proud to help athletes of all ages stay in the game through injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. For more information on sports medicine, Northwestern Orthopedics is here to answer your questions. Fiddlehead Dental. Located in St. Albans, Fiddlehead Dental has spent decades creating a family partnership between its staff and patients. With no lectures and the newest comfort technologies, Fiddlehead Dental welcomes patients of all ages in an effort to keep everyone in Franklin County smiling.
Attention farm workers. Would you like training to learn a new skill or upgrade a skill to further your career at no cost to you? Are you working or have you worked on a farm or in the agricultural field? This includes any activity that deals with growing vegetables, plants, fruits, trees, or working with livestock in any capacity from breeding to hoof trimming. This opportunity for Vermont residents could be available to you absolutely free of charge. Don't delay. Call today at 877-764-4109 to make your dreams come true. Pathstone, connecting you to opportunities.
You were a kid once, right? Close your eyes. Okay, now imagine sunshine, grass, fresh air. Now open your eyes and meet Jordan. Last summer, he had an opportunity to experience all those wonderful things too, because a family like yours opened up their home and hearts to a fresh air child. So who are the Fresh Air Kids? They're kids from all over New York City who want to take a break from the hot, noisy city streets.
I'm a fresh air kid. I'm a fresh air kid.
I'm a fresh air kid.
I'm a fresh air kid.
I'm a fresh air kid.
Do you remember what summer was like as a kid? Those childhood memories have made you who you are today. Now you're a little older, a little wiser. So who can be a fresh air host?
Anyone can be a fresh air fun host.
There's all different types of hosts.
Anyone living outside of the city.
Do I need to live in a mansion?
Oh no, they don't have to live in a mansion.
No, a fresh air fun host does not need to live in a mansion.
Hosting a child will not only create new memories for you and your family, but gives them something that you can't put a price on: happiness. Share the fun. Host a child this summer with the Fresh Air Fund.
Sports fans, Paul Snyder here, programming coordinator for Northwest Access TV, here to tell you about a couple opportunities that we have here going on at the station. The high school sports season is always a busy time of year. From the ice rink, hardwood, diamond, or gridiron, there are just way too many games for us to cover alone. That's where you come in.
Tobin with the ball. Over to Mark Connor. He wants it, won't take it. Harvey will. For three!
We're looking for volunteers with a passion for sports that want to get involved at Northwest Access TV to help record the games in Franklin County. Whether it's from behind the camera catching all the action or simply lending your voice as a play-by-play announcer, we need your help.
Baseball pass. Shot taken. Misses. That's the game.
So contact Northwest Access TV today to find out how you can get involved. 802-527-6474 or email us at info@northwestaccess.tv. On Northwest Access TV, local sports is a big part of our programming. We like to re-air the game several times so that local fans can catch the action when they can. So why not take advantage of this if you're a local nonprofit or business? Become a sports sponsor on Northwest Access TV. In exchange for a $500 donation, you receive a 15-second spot about your company at the beginning and end of the rebroadcast games for an entire season. We're talking pennies per spot. It doesn't get much better than that. Contact Northwest Access TV to find out how you can become a high school sports sponsor.
All right, we're back here at the Thunderdome. 2 minutes left to go before we start the second half. The Burr Burton Bulldogs leading the MVU Thunderbirds 27-18. Bryce, give me some first half stats.
Yeah, well, you know, they're kind of interesting because Burr Burton, up 27-18, really been leading the entire game, are actually getting killed when it comes to rebounding. MVU out-rebounding them 20-11. But in terms of individual players, for Burr Burton, the story has been number 12, Sean Apps, with 15 points. He's gone 5 for 6 from the three-point line so far in the first half. MVU adjusting defensively to go man-to-man and put Nick Cutting on Apps, which has slowed him down a little bit. For MVU, Richard Walker with 11 points and 5 rebounds. Walker now only 20 points away, only 20 points away from hitting 1,000. But really, I think for MVU, they've been caught off guard by Burton's intensity coming up. Maybe underestimated them a little bit, or as President Bush would say, misunderestimating him a little bit. But once, like I said, once MVU adjusted a little bit to their man-to-man, they started to settle down on offense. They actually got some momentum going. So let's see if they can kind of pick that up in the second half. The other thing I really want to look for is Riley Wilkin was huge for them against BFA last week. And so far, no points, no rebounds. So I'd love to see him get involved for them. I think that's going to be huge. But the big thing, Burr Burton preventing MVU from playing their fast-paced offense.
And at last check, the score for these Rice and Colchester game was Rice was up 20-12 with about 5 minutes left to go in the half. Last check of scores. So winner of that game faces winner of this game on Friday night. Location, site, all to be determined as Apps now has the ball. And we're back into play here.
If MVU wins tonight, the next game will be here. If Burr Burton wins tonight, it'll either be at Rice or Colchester.
As a two-pointer is made by Jake Nicholson.
Good job saying Jake.
Good job saying Jake. Jake from State Farm, Richard Walker hits every part of the net and rim, and it goes in. You know what I think is going to happen? As Richard gets close to 1,000, the momentum is going to grow more and more for the Thunderbirds. I'm feeling it in this game for the Thunderbirds. Rice, I'm feeling it.
He's now 18 away. Oh.
Now you got a defense like that. White ball.
That was actually a really good play for Burr Burton, getting a little pick and roll action going. Just William Frank wasn't able to finish it at the bucket.
The Mike D'Antoni special, the pick and roll. Over to Wilkin.
Boy.
Wilkin has to go get it.
Dangerous pass. Those are the passes MVU has to cut down on. They got lucky there.
Down by 9 here. We'll see what they do. Richard Wilkin. Wiley Wilkin, that is, not Richard. Richard Walker makes a 3-bomb!
16 points for him tonight.
15 away.
MVU has climbed once again back to within 6.
Now they can complete the coming back is the big thing. As Jake Nicholson.
That's not going to help them.
Well, thanks, Magic Johnson, for that analysis.
I know, I'm so good.
Yeah, obviously it's not going to help them. Walker gets the rebound off the mist.
I was trying to get some sass going, Dustin.
Are you trying to get some sass going?
Sassafras.
Sass, some fresh. Walker in the post. Wilkin going to shoot. He's got to make that.
There we go.
And Riley Wilkin is getting it going.
If they can get Riley Wilkin going, this is going to be huge for the Thunderbirds.
And you're starting to feel the momentum change in this gym a little bit. Bad reach-in call there by Wilkin. Just a terrible reach. Good call, terrible reach.
That was a good call, yeah. Bad reach.
Prototypical reach-in call. That is his second foul. All right, that's going to be Carter Vickers. Vickers gives it over to Nicholson, Jake Nicholson. Covered by Michael Wright. Michael Wright, not a lot of points tonight, but he doesn't do that. He's a hustle player. Three-pointer taken and made by Eric Fenton.
MVU still not getting out to guard the three-point line all that well.
You know, MVU, I thought they had changed it and adjusted. Oh, whoa. Oh. Michael Wright gets hit on the shot, and he's recovering. And both teams now are trying to run fast. Wilkin over to Theberge. Back to Wilkin to Theberge. MVU trying to set something up. Cutting. Wright. Wright just passed it to himself off a Burr Burton defender there. The nifty trick pass as Walker takes a three-pointer. Misses it. And here comes Burr Burton. Oh, shot taken and missed. But the big man gets the rebound, but he cannot put it back. Cutting, gives it to Burge.
MVU's getting lucky that Burr Burton has been missing the last 4 or 5 of their layups.
Definitely some easy opportunities that Wilkins just going to get blocked.
That was
a block.
That was emphatic.
That was,
shall we say. William Frank didn't actually have to put in a whole ton of effort on that block. He's just tall.
He just stood there.
He's just tall.
And just said no.
That's kind of what happened.
That really is the culmination of my middle school basketball career right there. Just that play. As Cutting puts it in for 2. And just like that, 40 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Fast-moving third.
Mm-hmm. Cutting only has 6 points. He's another one MVU really has to get going. If they can get Cutting and Riley Wilkins going, it'll be big for them.
Cutting gets it off. We had the greatest view of that ever right in front of us.
That was a heads-up play by Nick Cutting. Ball going out of bounds, was able to bounce it off Burton's foot, so MVU keeps possession.
And we're going to have a quick timeout here taken by Burr Burton, and I believe we will take a timeout at the same time.
The entire movie is pretty much in the trailer.
Rogue One will make the Nerdies for Best Movie of the Year.
I really wish Mysterio was the villain in this movie.
It is the Rumble.
Box office heroes.
Earth's mightiest heroes.
Do I put Wolverine in the original suit?
Yes, it's a lot of CGI, but it looks amazing. Gotta go with the gut from now on.
You should.
I think you need to bring back some other villains.
What a great time to be alive. Join us on this wonderful journey as we all become legend of the nerds.
All right, we're back. 35-28, 3:43 left to go in a fast-moving third quarter so far. 1 foul called, which is pretty good for basketball at any level.
We'll say 1 foul has been called. Certainly more have been committed. Refs letting them play a little bit, but I think that can help the flow of the game for sure. I'm certainly not complaining, but they'll just have to kind of keep an eye on things, make sure it doesn't get too far out of hand.
Refs got 9 o'clock reservations in Burlington. They got to keep them. They got to keep them, Bryce.
They're men of their words.
They're men of their words. Crowler is going to get the ball on the inbound now. They got New World tortilla reservations, right, Bryce?
Had that on the way home today. So good.
How you just ate a burrito in the car.
It was just a wonderful burrito.
There's nothing like a burrito in the car. Anyway, the Burge
has chicken burrito at that.
The Burge gives it to Crowler. Crowler to Wilkins, of the Crowler to the Burge. Trying to get that shot for Wilkins. Too much. But the Burge is there for the rebound. There for the putback. And we'll have a chance at the three-point play.
I love how aggressive Burge is being. You could even see it on the rebound, how aggressively he just went up and got it and brought it down. Aggressive explosion back up to put it in and draw the foul. It's a chance to cut the lead to 4, the closest MVU has been in a long time since the first quarter.
If MVU ties this game up, it's going to blow the roof off the house. But it's 5 points, which is the closest it's been in a while. So
absolutely.
Free throw.
MVU hadn't quite been able to get over that 6-point hump.
Well,
they just did. Let's see if they can keep building on it.
Let's see if they can. Let's see what happens now. Oh, call there on Riley Wilkins.
That was a good call. Riley Wilkins just has to be more careful. I mean, that far away from the basket, too. You just have to be smarter with how aggressive you're going to attack.
Players just falling down now. Drives in. And there's going to be a charge called Caden the Burge.
Making another play
again. This is that game where Caden the Burge has gone from player we haven't heard a lot about this year to, a borderline player of the game performance just for his hustle and his ability to just push it.
For sure. He's not a big scorer for the team. Any points he puts in is kind of a bonus, but he hustles the whole game. And you saw it right there that he was just at the right place, knew exactly where he was on the floor to draw that offensive foul.
Wilkins misses the three-point shot that would have cut the lead to 2.
That last Burr Burton foul is on 23, Eric Fenton, his 3rd, team 2nd.
Vickers over to Apps, back to Vickers, into the big man. That's William Frank. We haven't heard a lot from him today. Shot taken and missed, but Frank gets the rebound. Apps is going to shoot, misses, and Caden the Burge over another rebound. Walker gets hit, and that'll be another foul on Burr Burton. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
That's Eric Fenton's 4th foul.
Looks like Bryce Little's coming in. You know, both teams have played really small rotations, 6 or 7 guys.
Fenton is still in, though.
Makes a three-pointer! And the lead is 2. I'm about ready to jump out of my seat, Bryce. I don't know about you. Shot taken, missed. Rebound grabbed by Burr Burton. Shot taken by Burr Burton. Rebound grabbed by Richard Walker. Cutting now. Walker's going to bring it down. 1.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. MVU is down by 2.
That was Walker's 7th rebound. He now has 16 points and 7 rebounds.
Walker to Kreller to Walker to Cutting. Cutting's going to shoot. Makes the three-pointer, and the Thunderbirds take the lead! And after being down almost all night, the gym is rocking.
This is MVU's first lead since it was 3-0 in the first minute of the game.
Man, like,
they looked absolutely lifeless in this first half, and then coming out in the third quarter to battle back and now take a 1-point lead. But here's the key. It's still only a minute left in the third quarter. There's still 9 minutes of gameplay to go. It's still anybody's game. So MVU can't be content that they just took a 1-point lead. They got to keep playing aggressively, but most importantly, they got to keep playing smart.
Yes.
Right? I mean, they've had trouble with that. Was their trouble in the first half. They weren't playing smart. They were rushing things. They were playing poor defense. They're making bad, dangerous passes on offense. Now they're taking care of the ball. They made solid defensive adjustments. Let's see if they can keep it going.
You know, Jim Bowe's team has definitely been in it all day, as there's a easy layup taken there by Carter Vickers. But, you know, they've come back after that miserable first quarter. Burge thought about it there for a second. Burge over to Cutting. Cutting has the hot hand, misses the shot. And MVU is down by 1. And that's going to be Apps gives it over to Nicholson. Nicholson looks to drive. MVU is looking for a 3-second violation call. It's not there. 21 seconds left to go here. 37-30 game, 36 game.
Burr Burton can try to hold for the last shot. Didn't work there.
Kick ball violation.
That's fine. That's fine. And the key is that Michael Wright broke up. You saw them trying to set up a play to have the last shot, and Michael Wright broke it up.
And now they got to go back again and set it up again with less time.
10 seconds.
That's going to be Nicholson, Jake Nicholson. Jake Nicholson looks to drive, gives it over, and they're going to get a shot at the buzzer. It's going to miss almost everything. And at the end of 3, it is the Burr Burton Bulldogs 37, the MVU Thunderbirds 36. We'll take a quick break and be back for the fourth quarter.
Welcome back to MVU, where we are currently being rickrolled. MVU making a huge comeback here in this third quarter, now only down 1. Had a 1-point lead for about 5 seconds, and then Burr Burton took it back on a layup. But huge comeback here, Dustin, for MVU. I mean, they hadn't had a lead since the first minute of the game, down by as many as 12. And now only down by 1 heading into the fourth quarter.
It's really interesting to see here because you got 2 senior laden teams, right? You got 2 teams that have a good amount of old men on them, seniors. So which team here can close? And MVU's got the advantage because they're at home right now. And they were able to shut down that play at the very end of the third. Kreller now with the ball. Kreller to Walker. Walker looks to drive in. Moves some post moves. Gives it over to the Birch. The Birch drives. That misses. But rebound grabbed by the Thunderbirds. Into Walker. Walker in the post. Post moves to Richard Walker. Gets fouled. We'll go to the line for free throws. Second foul on Sean Apps tonight.
Team's fourth.
Not as much foul trouble as in the first half for either team. Walker makes the first. He's 14 away now, right?
14 away from hitting his 1,000th point as Michael Wright comes back into the game for the Thunderbirds.
You know, outstanding job tonight for Ethan Crowley. He's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but for a freshman to do what he's done and not turn over the ball and not make bad decisions. Good playoff game. Good first playoff game for Kreller.
For sure. I mean, every coach needs a player who can come off the bench, and you're not going to worry about your team suffering on offense or defense or be worried about turnovers. Kreller has been just really a really solid backup point guard for Michael Wright tonight. Great job.
Apps gives it in to the big man. Burton's trying that three-point shot from deep. They make it. Carter Vickers with the range.
And he's now in double figures with 10 points.
Richard Walker comes right back. It's 40-40 with 7 minutes left to go. And how close is Walker to 1,000 now?
He's now 11.
11 away. 6:48, 11 away, 40-40 game. Can you write the script any better, Bryce? Shot taken.
I mean, if you gave me some time, maybe.
By Camden Bunker. There's a name we haven't heard all day, Camden Bunker. This is going to come down to the last possession. You can just feel it now. Walker is going to get fouled.
It's number 3 on Sean Apps. Team's fifth.
That's big. If Apps fouls out, where are you going to get your scoring from?
Well, I mean, a couple other players have been contributing so far for Burr Burton. Jake Nicholson, not to be confused with Jack Nicholson, has 10. Carter Vickers has 10. Sean Apps honestly hasn't done much since the first half. Really, since the first quarter. He had 12 in the first quarter, and then 3 in the second quarter, and hasn't scored at all this half.
Walker over to Cutting. Cutting's going to shoot the 3. Misses it. Right, the Burge is there for the rebound. Travels, though, as he falls to the ground. Michael Wright coming back in now.
Jimbo is trying to argue that Taberge was bobbling the ball, so it shouldn't have been a travel. But, I mean, that's a tough call for the refs to make when he's in traffic in the middle of the lane trying to pull it down and falls.
Oh, nice flop attempt there, but no avail by Carter Vickers. 6 minutes left to go. Burr Burton leads by 2. They drive in. Shots up. They get the points from William Frank. Wilkin shoots, misses. Walker's there for the rebound and the putback.
Walker now 9 away from 1,000.
If he gets that 9, it'll be big, because that means they'll probably be no shot. Good foul there by the Burge, knowing that Jake Nicholson had his man beat. Went for the ball.
It's going to be number 3 on Taberge.
But the big thing about that is went for the ball and fouled him before he went up for the shot. No continuation, which is what makes that a good foul. 5:30 left to go. Burr Burton leads by 2. MVU is at home. Winner of this game plays the winner of Rice and Colchester. Shot taken off the screen, made by Carter Vickers.
And that's the thing, when Burr Burton has William Frank, who's big, just sit up there on the high post and set that screen. It's so hard for MVU's smaller guards to get around him. and that's leaving Burr Burton players like Carter Vickers wide open to hit that 3 at the top of the key.
Kreller checks in. So it appears what they're doing is when they know they have an offensive set, they check Kreller in. When it's a the defensive set, they check Wright in.
Wright's been their huge defensive player all season.
Walker with 2 more! Jim Bose is going to call a timeout. And what are you saying in this timeout right now, Bryce?
I think they got to step up their defense. They've been scoring a lot better, but what good is scoring if you're going to let Burr Burton get, open 3-point opportunities and then also open opportunities on the block like what William Frank had? So, they got to tighten up their defense, and especially when someone like William Frank for Burr Burton sets a screen at the foul line, MVU's defenders need to be communicating with each other and kind of showing on the help side just to get a hand in Burton's guard's face so he doesn't just have a wide open 3-pointer. So that's where communication needs to come in. But the big thing for MVU, they got to tighten up their defense here, especially with only 5 minutes to go. This is where MVU really needs to make their move to get the lead and then to keep the lead.
Burr Burton has a chance to play the role of Cinderella spoiler here and win as a 13 seed. I don't remember the last time a seed this low of the level has won on the road. Very rarely do seeds below the 12 line win a game.
Yeah, Burton, win or lose, has definitely surprised a lot of people here tonight.
You knew going in that Burr Burton was better than their record, too. They play a tough schedule. They're a good team. You put them in D2, as that's 2 points for Carter Vickers.
It's just bad baseline defense there. No one putting their foot on the baseline to cut it off.
Richard Walker drives in, and he'll get fouled. No shot.
It's going to be the 3rd on William Frank. Team 6th. So next foul, MVU will be shooting the 1-and-1.
Kreller checks in for the offensive-defensive change. Ball's over to Walker. Walker shoots. Bad 3-pointer. But Cunning's there for the rebound, but he misses. Walker finally gets it in. It's 5 away. 46-49. 4 minutes left to go. Oh, terrible defense, but even a more terrible layup attempt.
MVU got lucky. MVU got lucky right there.
MVU getting lucky.
But they can't count on those luck plays where Burton just misses wide open layups. MVU, they have to be better at defense. That's been the frustrating thing this whole game.
And Richard Walker got fouled, is going to go to the line for 1-and-1.
He is 5 points away from 1,000.
Walker at the line now. First one is in.
4 away.
Kisses every part of the rim and then falls in.
He also has 9 rebounds.
Well, double-double territory. Makes them both. Is a 3-bomb away.
He has 28 points, 3 away from 1,000.
With 4 minutes left to go in this game.
He's got to start playing some shutdown D.
No foul, or they're going to give him the shot. They're going to give him the shot. Oh.
And that's what I'm talking about. They let Carter Vickers have a wide open lane. Help side defense got there way too late, which is what forced the foul. But the on-ball defenders are just being really slow with reacting to Burr Burton's offense.
Big free throw here for Carter Vickers. With 3:57 left, he can make this a 2-possession game. Wilkin now gives it over to Cutting to Wilkin. Wilkin looks to get it into Walker, but it's not there. And here comes Burr Burton. The defense again for MVU. But Burr Burton misses the shot. Here comes Richard Walker. Walker has to give it over to Michael Wright. Michael Wright over to somebody. Wilkin.
Riley Wilkin.
Wilkin for 3. Glad you can see that. The ref was blocking my view. It's 52-51 now.
The rest and I have an agreement.
I'm glad you have an agreement. 3:09 left to go, 52-51. It's playoff basketball on Northwest Access Television. Apps thought about it.
Burr Burton content with using as much clock as possible.
Good play there. Apps now has it. MVU's defense is getting a little more suffocating here, and there's going to be a foul on Michael Wright.
Not sure. Yeah, I mean, that looks like an intentional foul from Michael Wright. I mean, he went for the ball, but he was clearly trying to get some contact. Not sure why. There's still 3 minutes left. Not quite time for fouling yet. They're only down 1.
Maybe to slow him down? I don't know. All right, so ball's in now. That's going to be Bryce Little. Bryce Little now. Drives in. Misses the shot. Cutting gets the rebound. Here comes Michael Wright and the MVU Thunderbirds. Wright. Michael Wright is setting it up, gives it to TheBurge. TheBurge back to Wright, to Cutting. Cutting thought about it. Walker's going to get fouled. We'll go to the line. 3 points away from 1,000. With 2 free throws. 1-and-1 opportunity. Did Bryce Little just foul out?
Waiting to see who they called it on, but
they haven't put it on, but they sounded the buzzer. That must be 4 for him.
I have only 3, but
okay. So he probably
I'm
just
not
got
sure.
subbed out.
I could be
Walker
wrong.
shoots the free throw, makes it. We're tied. 52-52.
2 points away from 1,000
And even more importantly, in a tie ball game here.
in the playoffs.
Playoffs. Talk about playoffs.
Oh, we're talking about playoffs.
Jimbo's is going to call a timeout. He's going to take a full timeout. I believe we're going to stay here as we are in crunch time now. Oh. Let's all take a breath here. Let's just take a breath. Let's compose ourselves, and let's break down the situation. The possession arrow is favoring, I believe that's MVU. Right? Yeah, that's MVU.
No, it'll be Burr Burton.
It is? Okay.
Yep.
Normally I'm behind the bench so I can see it. So possession arrow is Burr Burton.
Yep.
MVU is in the bonus as Burr Burton has 8 fouls. Walker is 1 point away from 1,000. The Thunderbirds lead 53-52. We have 2:22 left to go in the game. Buckle up, folks. It's about to be a bumpy ride.
I don't know if you can ask for any more, except for MVU to actually pull this thing out. Now, since MVU's not playing BFA tonight, I can actually be openly biased because we don't cover Burr Burton, whereas we covered BFA. So
I think we've both been a
as
little.
an MVU alum, I had to be measured, if you will.
And as somebody who's pretty much been the voice of Franklin County sports during the last 4 winters, I'm a little biased here too. I think we're both rooting for MVU. Openly.
We're homers. But Richard Walker, in addition to having 30 points, also has 10 rebounds, so he has a double-double tonight. And Nick Cutting with 12 points and 8 rebounds.
All right, Burr bringing it up now. Wright playing defense on Nicholson. Nicholson gives it over to Frostman. Frostman, looking moves, has Wilkin on him. Apps brings it out. 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. We might get some overtime tonight. Drive in. Good ball fake there. Shot. It's going to be taken and made by Eric Fenton.
MVU's having a tough time on those defensive switches. That's where Burton is getting a lot of their open looks.
Wilkin to Wright. Wright to Wilkin. Wilkin the right. They're trying to get it into Walker. To Cutting. To Walker. Walker is going to get 1,000! And MVU takes the lead! That's
Richard
1,000
Walker
points!
has 1,001 career points!
And this game is tied with 1:10 left to go! I believe that score is wrong. A minute left to go. Crunch time, 55 seconds left. Defense is playing. Walker gets the ball. He's going to dribble it, gives it over to Michael Wright. We got 42 seconds left to go. Jim Bowes is taking a timeout. Wow. He becomes the 5th MVU basketball player to score 1,000 points.
The last one to do it is Matt Santamore in 2013.
And he had 2,000, and he was one of the best players we've seen in a while. We got 41 seconds left to go.
Laurel McWilliams also had 1,000 points back when I was in high school. She was in my class. Just had to throw that out back in my day.
Back in your day?
Like a crotchety old man.
Bryce, how many points did you have?
In my varsity career, I might have had 5.
So Bryce's class was 2006.
Those were some of the days I hadn't quite realized that I was better at watching basketball than playing basketball.
I would just like you to note for the broadcast that I started high school in 2008. Old man Bryce over here.
It'll be my junior year of college, Destin.
Wow. And now you're here with me on a Tuesday night.
Look at that.
In a gym.
I've come so far.
Look how far your life has come.
So accomplished.
Richard Walker
But again,
getting the ovation.
With 1,000
They have corrected the score. MVU is leading 55-54. Walker. Walker gives it over. Jump ball.
I called a foul on Burr Burton. Very close to a jump ball, I thought, though.
So yeah, I was correct when I said the score was wrong. MVU is leading. Walker goes to the line.
Now, I know you can't really criticize the guy who just scored his 1,000th point, but he held that ball too long up on the free throw line. He had to Burge open as help right behind him.
Some confusion there. And for the first time in about 5 hours, this gym is quiet.
I think they were wondering if they were going to let Michael Wright in as a sub right now.
Walker makes the first. Michael Wright comes in for Ethan Kreller, a defensive substitution. Walker misses the second. Rebound grabbed by Walker. And he's going to get fouled. 30 seconds left to go. And that is 5 fouls on Eric Fenton. He is out of the game.
And now, the other big thing, MVU is going to be in the double bonus. So 2 free throws every foul from here on out, which in a 2-point game with 30 seconds left is actually really huge.
It is, because now Burr Burton can't intentionally foul unless they're going to be, but Burr Burton can make the 3-point shot, so. Walker makes the first. He's just padded that 1,000-point total now.
If Richard Walker makes this one, and then Burr Burton doesn't score on this next possession, they're going to have to start fouling.
Walker makes it. 58-54 now. Full court presses on for the Thunderbirds. Apps has the ball. Apps gives the ball over to Nicholson. Jake Nicholson. Nicholson gives it over to Carter Vickers.
They've got to hustle.
Three-pointer, not going to go. The Birds is going to get the rebound and get fouled.
Yeah, and I think Burr Burton coach Eric Green is really frustrated at that possession because Burr Burton took a really long time to develop anything. I mean, they wasted about 5 seconds of the clock. Well, more than that, about 15 seconds of the clock to even get a three-point shot, which they didn't need a three-pointer.
Not even a good three-pointer.
Right, they needed a quick two.
The Burge misses the first free throw. Oh, 15 seconds left to go. The Burge misses both. Michael Wright gets a rebound. Michael Wright gets it to Cutting. Cutting's going to get fouled. MVU is looking like they're going to be moving on.
And even though MVU struggled in terms of scoring this whole game, they've dominated the boards this entire way, and this is where that's really coming in handy with a 4-point lead, shooting free throws. I mean, offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and I mean, Michael Wright just hustling his butt off and getting the ball kicked out. But MVU out-rebounding Burr Burton by 19, out-rebounding them 38-19, literally double the rebounds Burr Burton has.
10 seconds left to go. MVU leads by 4. Cutting is to the line for 2 free throws. Can't English. Makes the first.
There you go, Dustin.
Well, Bryce, you got any plans Friday night?
I might have to cancel them.
I think you should. I think you should start the process of canceling them now. Cutting. Misses the second. Burr Burton. Timeout's going to be called by Eric Green.
I mean, look, it's a good timeout. I know there's only 8.7 seconds left, but if Burr Burton can get a quick three, and then if they can steal the inbound pass, they got a chance at tying this game.
Here's what I'm
they
going to do.
They pretty much need to get that steal, though.
Here's what I'm going to do if I'm Burr Burton. You got the three-pointer range, right? Make that three-pointer. Try to get MVU to give the ball to Burge or Wright, a foul shooter who's not good.
Right.
You can just hear the MVU chant raining through on our microphones.
But the game is not over yet.
The game has not been won.
If Reggie Miller could score 8 points in 13 seconds, Burr Burton could score 5 in 8.7.
Anything is possible, Bryce.
As Kevin Garnett says, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Inbound here now for Burr Burton. Try to get it in. They got to get it in. He's going to chuck to Burge. He's going to get the ball, get fouled.
Good read by Burge.
What a good game for MVU.
Burge now.
Persisting.
Well, what a good second half by MVU.
Yes. Makes the first.
They were certainly on the struggle bus for the first half.
The struggle bus.
The struggle bus was real. Riding the ship in the second half.
They decided to get off the struggle bus for the success train. 6.9 seconds left to go.
I prefer Good Feelings hoverboard.
And MVU is going to win this game. Burr Burton's going to try to push it up, take one last shot. And they miss. Your final score, the MVU Thunderbirds 61. The Burr Burton Bulldogs 54. Bryce, give me some stats, brother.
Absolutely. Well, for Burr Burton, You know, Sean App started the game on fire from three-point land, hitting 5 of 6, but he didn't make another shot after that. In the whole second half, he finishes 15 points. Carter Vickers was the guy who really picked things up for Burr Burton, finishing with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. But MVU, you know, Nick Cutting, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Michael Wright chipping in 7 rebounds. Caden Taberge chipping in 10 rebounds. But the real story, Richard Walker finishing with 35 points, 11 rebounds, and getting his 1,000th point, now actually with 1,004 points. MVU pulling out this victory. A bad first half, recovering really well in the second to win the game 61-54.
Your final score is MVU 61, Burr Burton 54. We'll be back here on Friday night where MVU will face the winner of Rice versus Colchester. Until then, for Lane and Paul and Bryce, I've been Dustin signing off. Have a great night.
This program is made possible in part by the following sponsors. At Northwestern Orthopedics, we celebrate the role that physical activity and sportsmanship play in a healthy lifestyle. We are proud to help athletes of all ages stay in the game through injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. For more information on sports medicine, Northwestern Orthopedics is here to answer your questions. Fiddlehead Dental. Located in St. Albans, Fiddlehead Dental has spent decades creating a family partnership between its staff and patients. With no lectures and the newest comfort technologies, Fiddlehead Dental welcomes patients of all ages in an effort to keep everyone in Franklin County smiling.